And here we are, the Australian Lacrosse Network, a huge game here in the context of this national championship. We have SA up against WA, and it is the winner taking the chocolates as we speak. And you just see Timo.
Yes.
He's still upset about me calling him bald last night. I mean, coaches, they all lose their hair, don't they?
No, I don't.
And sitting next to me,
Hello.
who has a full lock of hair, Shandell Oliver, welcome.
Hello, Tony. Game number 3 for us now on today's broadcast.
Just, I'm watching out here, and the WA boys are warming up, and Ashby Farrell just turned his back, and someone nailed the ball straight in the middle of it before there. And down the other end, I was watching the warm-up. Cody Watts already has a sore thumb. Is in the cage, and someone cranked on him from right in front and just had to go off, and I don't know whether it hit his arm or his thumb, but he was shaking it for about 10 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
Just what you want in a warm-up,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Thanks, boys.
I'll tell you what, though, the warm-up is about to turn into a full-blown fire.
Can we just take a moment to look at Jesse Winnan's red beard to go with his red uniform?
I don't know that Captain Redbeard... He would have been good on a pirate ship, wouldn't he, Jess?
Actually, yes.
He would have. As Ashby Farrell goes and he's going to go and check
Reassess.
the middle of his back. The captains are just shaking hands here, but it is a big contest in the scheme of this national tournament. The winner of this, well, they're going to go and play Victoria, who currently, on the outer side, are in a 7-all game with the under-20 Australian men.
Oh, wow.
With 2.5 to go in the third. The Australian under-20s were up 3-0, as they were against South Australia. So the Australian under-20s certainly getting their match practice up for Jeju.
Excellent.
But we have a game on here, and it is SA versus WA, Shandell versus Tony in the box.
There's a lot to play for.
There's a lot happening here.
Pride is on the line.
And I can tell you, it's been the offences for me on both sides that are going to get this done, and it could come down to the goalkeepers, as it often does in these championship games where you are looking for a spot. So we will not sure who is going to start in the cage. I saw Bidwell Barton warming up, as well as Rhett Johnson. And
yeah, they'll both get gearing up. Two very different styles of goalkeeper, but both very good goalkeepers. Obviously, it's a no-brainer for South Australia.
Well, they've only got one.
With Cody Watts.
And maybe the shot on the arm or finger just will fire him up. But here we go. We have a contest. But yeah, for me, the offense for WA, Koswara and Hockey, and also Lockie Walker. They had Bowater down there shooting goals. Yeah, they've got a ton of offensive power in there. Aaron Solder in the middle, up against Jackson Stock. That is going to be a contest. Stocky not having played the first half of this week, and he's back now. So you've got an Australian Sharks face-off player from 23 in San Diego, coming back into your side, and you've been getting beaten in the face-off. That's always a good thing to have coming back.
Handy inclusion.
But down the other end, in SA's forward line, it's been Jesse Winnan, Noah Haskett, Ed Pike. He was suited up in his tracksuit yesterday, and I spoke to him, and he said that he jagged a bit of a hamstring, but was certainly going to try and give it a go. They have been good in their offensive end as well. So maybe it will come down to the defences today. Yesterday, Alan McGregor, affectionate.
I was like, hang on a second. You're messing with me head.
I am messing with your head. No, McGregor Allen, he is just been doing a fantastic job down there off the wing. I've been really, really impressed with the poles. We see Ashby Dennis lining up with a long stick today.
Yes, see, this is the thing. They keep interchanging Ashby with short to long.
And we've got Jay Bidwell Barton in the cage. Look at them. I'm jealous. The long flowing blonde locks Jay Bidwell.
Yeah, actually in San Diego when I don't know if the Aussies were playing or someone was playing the Haudenosaunee, they actually did his hair in a braid.
They did. I was there. I was watching them do it.
Yep.
And
it would have come out very almost like mermaid hair, mermaid locks. Yeah.
And as they just shake hands, Cody and there's two birds fighting down here. Maybe it's a sign of what's going to happen.
That one
on the
flew
field.
away. That came from the West Australian end.
So the Western Australians are flowing away?
No, it was this one. This one crossed over and the South Australian one flew away.
Well, that one took the chips, so almost the chocolates, the second one. We're very entertained with the birds in front of us.
I know. Sorry that you can't see this on the camera at home,
But we have a contest here about to erupt. Stocky up there against Soldy as Dougie Brooks and the man here, Tommy Richards, shake pleasantries. That'll be the last pleasantries they have today as the two boys line up on the wing. Stock against Salter.
So yesterday, Ashby Dennis was playing with a short stick and was playing as a short stick defender in the midfield. Now he's gone down to play defence and they've brought Tommy Richards to the mid.
So ball here, Stock wins that first ball for South Australia, knocks it out backwards and he finds Josh Harris. He was a ball taxi yesterday, ball comes down, Haskett. Did he not wear some knocks yesterday in that initial bit? And he's going to get a little bit of love here. First up, that could almost be a hold first up.
And Mac Allen having a crack.
Just playing on it. The double comes there and good work. That one might be around the helmet. That's going to be a loose ball push as we have Shane Abbott again mic'd up for us.
Yeah, so handy.
And South Australia with the first offence. Jesse Winnan, he has been the goal scorer for South Australia. Been really impressed with these two working together from the Brighton Lacrosse Club, Lynn and Doug Brooks. They were just on the same page as Stocky also coming from that side. So a bit of a Brighton flair down there.
Yeah, and hang on, just to note, now Mac Allen is playing as a short stick defender who was the long pole yesterday for Western Australia.
Okay, got the MVP yesterday too.
Did.
So they've swapped roles, Dennis and McGregor.
Jackson Stock looking to drive. Good defence by Tom Richards.
So Lynn with an opportunity here, running down right, rotation, gets the Winnan. Winnan looks to fire. He's Dennis, and that one goes across the cage. No damage done. They're going to have to curtail Jesse Winnan.
Yeah, I think that Ashby Dennis will probably get the job today on Jesse. It's a good matchup.
Lynn goes hard. Oh, just fires that one across the face. And ball goes out of bounds. And the shot clocks here. See 3 seconds on the shot clock. They're already sending their subs as Kai Williams. He just throws it out of bounds. And out it goes. So out goes Bidwell Barton. So now the first clear. So a shot clock decides the first offensive opportunity for South Australia. Looks up, or just about picked off there, as we see Gillespie with the ball. And Gillespie, he runs into the offensive third. Now up against Kesavan Siva Subramaniam. Ball down the back to Koswara.
Koswara likes to drive from here. He's got Bowater in the middle, but doesn't use him. Instead, they're just going to play a bit of a motion, set up some offense.
Rodriguez looks down, looks in.
Bowater
again fires, loses the ball. Good work there from K-Man. Looks up and finds Winnan. Winnan up against Dennis. Looks to go left. Winnan with almost equal pressure there. I like the fact that they're letting the boys play. Jack Price didn't play yesterday.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the fact that Ashby Dennis just took away Jesse's strong
He's
side.
He's going to call that award.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I think the arm was well tucked in. But anyway.
And Mac Allen pushing the offense here for Western Australia. Like I said, was a long stick defender yesterday. Now going to hit the bench, I think.
So, and ball goes out of bounds. And that'll be a South Australian ball. Yeah, not sure about that award. He's just sort of leant into him with the arm. I didn't see the arm push him away. So, but here we go. Price again. Doesn't see the man coming from the other side, but gives it there to Jack Waller. And Jack Waller just waiting for the subs to come on. Price has Kai Williams to his right. Price with the ball up the top. Waller to the left. He goes to Jack Waller now. Ball down the back to Jacob Newman. He picks up the shorty in McGregor. Allen fires. That's off the foot there of Bidwell Barton.
Yeah, nice save.
Good save, Bidwell Barton. But backed up there by Kai Williams. Kai Williams looks to draw. Tries to get past. Just not able there. Jack Price looking to get inside. Does get inside. Pops that one over. Ball hits the deck. Hirsch picks it up. As just a little, there's a flag coming here as 2 flags fly. I'll tell you what, Shane Abbott, he must be throwing with the wind. We'll listen to Shane Abbott here.
Hold. Yeah, I got it. Red 3, hold, 30.
So you might have thought that was a trip. There was nothing intentional about that. They just got a tangle of legs. They will always call that a hold. That is a 30-second penalty, but what it does do is put WA into a man-up power play situation. So opportunity here for WA in what could be a very low-scoring game. I think these 2 teams are really evenly matched. Looks down the bottom.
Inside.
Oh, Watts, good save from Cody Watts.
Gillespie
right on the bottom.
Shot.
Looks again. Fires, and that one's gone up and over, and that's a tip. And that he's called that a shot, has he?
Yeah, because he's actually, the referee has called the tip and then it's been backed up by WA to move the ball back into play now.
So, ball on the top here. So, tipped off the South Australian stick.
Rodriguez now back to your mate, the General, Lockie Walker.
Walker got the first one the other day in the Victorian game. Walker looks to step inside, looks to get up and under. Good save again from Cody Watts in the cage. Great pick up there from Mullins. He can't put the hand in the back. Got to watch that. That will be called a hold if that happens. And right on the spot there, the officials. And ball coming out the other side through Pat Palmer. Pat Palmer switches the ball to Lewis King. Lewis King looks forward. Great there to Ollie Walsh. And Ollie Walsh, well, he is going to run the ball into the offensive end with Luke Walton chasing him. So,
fancy footwork at the top there.
So, ball with Jack Waller.
Jack Waller, a young star for the South Australian team. He's really come into his own over the last couple of years.
Oh, just gets punished there, does Noah Haskett. Still got the ball. I don't know how he's still got the ball, but he fights again. Good extraction there from Rodriguez, and now he's under pressure. Good work there from Justy Steele, and we're going to have a loose ball push, and that is going the way of WA. So not given an inch here at the moment, Shendell.
Yes, and Dennis waiting on this side of the field to help with that outlet, but Hirsch is going to clear to the offense through Gillespie.
And Gillespie will pass the ball down the back to Ryan Hockey. Over to Koswara. So a couple of offensive forays here for WA. Cody Watts with 2 big saves already in the game. Ball up the top, fires, and that one's gone well wide. So,
yeah, big shot from outside there from Barron.
Bidwell Barton with 1 save for the WA guys. Good knockdown there. Ball to be won. Ball picked up by WA. Good work there from Pat Palmer.
Swing pass across the field to the top to Koswara. Koswara looking to draw that lane or drive down that lane. Wasn't on, so kicks it on at X.
Looks down, the ball hits the deck. Great pick up there from Sock. And Ryan Hockey, under massive pressure, able to pick that ball back up and just pass it out, and another opportunity. So 16 seconds left on the shot clock here. Runs down, another big save there from Watts. That has come off a shoulder and gone up and over. So that is going to be a reset though. So that's what WA want. And they got a full 80 seconds now.
And
Walker fires
just,
that.
yeah, thought he'd have a crack. Oh, we've got 80 seconds. May as well pepper the goalie with as many shots as we can in this 80.
Maybe they have a rule. If it's within the first 10, just let it go. And in between that, just play some good lacrosse. Yeah. King here.
So they're forming a bit of a pack here at the top. Now they've moved Walker to the back
corner. King. Koswara steps in, loses the ball. Good save again from Cody Watts. And that has rolled in and over. Very unlucky there. we'll watch this one on the replay.
Yeah, he definitely got it. He got a hand to it. So looks to drive inside Kozwara, does a bit of a face dodge, comes back to his strong side. And Watts definitely had a piece of that in the save, but the ball trickled over the line.
Almost had the reverse spin on it and sent it over the line.
Yep. Really unlucky there for Cody Watts, but a great goal, and WA need to get on the board. So Kozwara with that one, unassisted.
So that's the first goal of the game, and we're about 7 minutes in.
Yep.
So ball here from Jack Inge, and we've got a timeout here charged to South Australia. They thought the reason that timeout was called there, they thought Jack Inge was going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
That would have been called well before that pass happened. So the coaches went, you know what, let's have a possession.
Yep.
And let's make it work. So timeout called there by the head coach in Cam Adams. But great bit of offensive play down here from WA. Just didn't ever give up on that ball. The ball hit the deck, and just the intensity of that contest to want the ball.
Yeah, they were pretty relentless in that set of offense.
And you make your own luck.
Yeah, they do. And like I said, unlucky for Cody Watts. He definitely made the save. You want to give him the stat for it, but yeah, it just rolled past him. And as a goalie, you're kicking yourself when it happens.
Well, again, he got a big piece of it, and those ones there, sometimes they'll sit dead.
Yep.
Sometimes they roll the opposite way.
Yep.
Unlucky, but it's not a save. He doesn't get that.
I know. I really want to give him the stat, though.
No, we're not going to. We're tougher than that in the Australian Lacrosse Network.
I know. I just feel like having to step in goals every now and then. I'll take whatever stats I can get.
So,
and it's very rare that I have to do it. Very, very rare. I'm a tacker.
So ball here for South Australia. They will have some offense. Arden Lim just has Doug Brooks down the back. Sorry, Jack Waller down the back. Jack Waller looks inside. Oh, great cut!
Wow.
Noah Haskett. That had no space whatsoever, Noah Haskett.
Yeah, just cut through from the 45. So ball is out wide, sends it low on the right corner. Almost looks like he's going to drive. And it probably has a metre or two off the goal circle and pops it past Bidwell Barton.
Jack Waller has passed that as he was going through the two WA defenders.
Yep.
And by the time he ran onto it,
just that one more little dump pass.
1-1 is the game. We've got a game on our hands. I know it's early, Shendell, but we have a game on our hands. Stocky up against Salty. And a hold there going on WA.
Salty heads to the bench.
And he's going to have to bring that right back. I love the way they just kept creeping forward, trying to take some space.
Bowater over to Socko, Ryan Hockey.
So Hockey guarded by King. As Hockey just gives a little head nod there to say, get out of my way. But ball down with Walker. And Walker over here to Rodriguez.
Rodriguez likes what he sees.
Fires! And puts one in the back of the net. Jaden Rodriguez. Out of nothing there.
And even when Hockey had the ball, Bowater was actually telling him to send it to X, send it in the other direction. It actually went the other way. And, we're able to capitalise by keeping it around the top.
Good shot there from Jaden Rodriguez. And it just shows that in an offensive end, your defence has to shut down that space and not allow those hands to be freed.
Yep.
And a ball in the back in the centre, ball to be won. Harris picks the ball up, gets one, looks to the fake. And, you can see why he was in the last Aussie team. As ball gets pushed forward and up and over, ball to be won. Hirsch picks it up, ball lost there. Comes back here to Haskett.
Got Waller over this side of the field, which he's seen as well.
Yep, you saw him first though.
Got a good angle here, and Winnan now just chilling.
So Jack Waller, and he's been picked up by Tommy Richards now. That's probably a good matchup. Ball here, Justin Steele looks up, gets a bit of heat there. Justin Steele steps in. Fires the ball, Jesse Winnan, he'll fire that.
Oh, wow.
And that has hit the defender in the middle of the crease as Dennis loses his ball, loses his stick. Great check there from I think that was Jesse Winnan and Ollie Walsh. Not sure which one got the stick of Ashby Dennis, but there's a bit of a yard sale on the field there.
Ashby just throwing his goods away.
Jack Price back on the field. Jack Waller looking to take on the sometimes as Jack Waller pops it up top shelf. And they've obviously changed Alan McGregor
to a shorty.
You've been playing long all week.
Yeah, I'd be actually, personally, I'd probably be putting Ashby Dennis back on the shorty and making Mac Allen the long pole. He just managed to get some feet around Mac Allen there and then put that one away. So it was a bit of a foot race on that top side dodge.
Jack Waller with the goal there. Ball in the middle. Ball to be won. Ball is knocked out. Comes off the stick and Harris. Loose ball. And there was a call there for a trip.
And you heard the retaliation from the South Australian player. He fell over his own feet.
Well, there's only one thing that matters with that, and that is what the official thinks.
Yes, as Western Australia getting their offense on for another set. Gillespie.
So, ball up the top there. Jed Martella on. These black uniforms with these numbers
I know, they're so hard to read, aren't they?
Very ordinary. And fire there, that is not Martella.
That's Jackson Bowron.
That is Bowron. But 22 looks like 66, which
does.
looks like 88.
Yeah, and I'm at the 6 and the 8 with Gillespie.
Walker comes top side, now bottom side. Good double there from Harris. And he just gives the nod. Koswara comes to set a pick, steps inside, and that's in the crease. But gives him a push there. So that's going to be a 30-second push call. And South Australia will play man-down defence again. So Harris out of the defence for South Australia. He will sit down for a 30-second penalty. Opportunity here for WA. Bowron with the ball. Down there to Gillespie. Ball runs around to Walker, looking to run the little rotation. They're really crushing Bowron. Looks to fire, doesn't, looks inside. Good save again from Watts. Good shot in there from Rodriguez. He's already got one.
And he's still sitting on the crease.
Another opportunity.
And Bowron also up high looking for an outside shot.
Outside shot could come here from Walker, and that goes wide as well. And penalty has been released, so we see James Mullins released into the defensive end. And we're even on the field, 6-on-6, C camp. Good save shot again from Watts, and just dives in the crease. That will be a Reds ball. So Watts up to 4 saves now in the cage. And one that we won't give him. Shendell. So an option here. Kicks it to Seacamp. Seacamp looks up. Option opens up. Just right at the feet there. That's not a good pass to Henry Haskett. And ball comes back here through Walker. Walker, little hidden ball trick. And you can see there James Mullins, who he was watching that. He'd be good at that cup game.
Yeah.
Just which the ball under the cup.
Yeah, the 3 cup thing.
Yep, so White into the play.
Koswara trying to do a swim dodge from X.
And gets up, looks down.
Probably not the shot, that one.
And Watts picks it up out of nowhere. Looks up, Haskett. He has been the ball taxi for South Australia. He does, he got crunched in front of us the other night between 3 players here. Pulled up very sore. But Haskett takes that one. He's a bit like Loz Hunter for Victoria.
Yep, and you can see Ashby Dennis working really hard there on Jesse Winnan.
So ball comes out here to Williams. Williams looks to step inside, gets inside, rolls back around, just gets the ball taken. Ball to be won. Good hit there from Arlen Lynn. Ball goes forward though. Ball on the deck, kicked forward. Harris looks up. He's got the keeper to give it to. Does give it to him now.
Yeah, I'm glad Cody can catch.
Yep. So here we go. An opportunity for SA now with numbers. Looks on the bottom corner. Mullins. And he gets a penalty there. He is going to wear a penalty from Ashby Dennis for an illegal body. But we'll see a 1-minute penalty coming here. And legal body 1 for Ashby Dennis. He got one last night on...
an unnecessary roughness
body
call.
check. 1.
He is also a gridiron player, so it makes sense to me.
He's also just a big boy.
Oh, he's a freight train, isn't he?
He is. He's not like freight train panting, but, he's...
He's taller.
He is taller, and we've got whistles here, just working something out on the outer side. Under 20s with 8 seconds to go in the fourth. They're 11-8 up, so they're going to beat Victoria.
Doesn't matter because you hold the same shot clock.
Don't know how that makes the contest, though. Whether the Australian under 20s are involved in the all-round, I don't think they are, but tell you what, they'll be happy about that. So what are we waiting for here?
South Australia are just setting their power play. There's some conversation happening with the officials.
So limited time on the clock, is there? Or resetting the shot clock, maybe?
Did you stop the clock?
And we're just listening to Shane Abbott here.
25 in the quarter.
65 seconds on the shot clock. How long in the quarter?
25.
Yeah, so you got 25 on here and there's 65 on there. No, it's not a full reset. Let me ref and you play.
There you go. So Shane Abbott just saying it as it is. And that's what you don't hear from a spectator's point of view of the conversation and the communication between the officials and the coaches. So we heard that. We said plenty of time on the shot clock, limited time in the game clock.
Yep, so let's look at the power play from South Australia. Winnan.
Fires and Winnan through the 5-hole just before the half-time, quarter-time break. And SA take a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, and there's the damage of not having Ashby Dennis playing on Jesse Winnan. Jesse Winnan just opened up some space. And it's typical Jesse Winnan. He just loves to shoot from there. That's his spot. Someone said to me yesterday they've even drawn lines on the field for him with the women's fan to show him exactly where he needs to shoot from, and there it is.
Well, they did, back in SA sometimes, he does have a shot distance, and they drew a line on the halfway line, and he shoots from there too sometimes. But ball on the deck. Stock picks the ball up, looks to get pressure there from Richards, throws it back, and flag
penalty
on the play. Another penalty here.
1-2. Black 1-2. Hold 30. Red.
So Salty. So they're going to be 2 men down here now, WA. So Aaron Salter there getting done for a hold on the, and that will end the play. So South Australia will start with the ball in the second term. That was a very interesting first quarter, Shindell.
Yeah, it was. It's all happening. It's a good game. It's a good game. This is what we wanted. I know, it's not often, but it's a great game and it's great to be part of.
So 3-2 ball game at quarter time. Goal scorers for that quarter, WA. Koswara started it, and then Rodriguez with a great shot as he came around the corner and just unloaded. And then Noah Haskett with that cutting goal inside,
goal.
Fed by Jack Waller. And then Jack Waller backed it up with one of his own. And then Jesse Winnan, well, Ashby Dennis went to sit on the bench. He'd had one touch. Jesse Winnan went, there's a 5-hole I can put the ball through.
Yep.
And goes 3-2 up and at quarter time. And we do have a game on our hands. I just think it's going to be like this all day, Shindell.
Yeah, and that's just what the people want. Lacrosse is a spectator sport. This is what they want to play for. Our games are exciting, and we want everyone to love lacrosse as much as we do. So if this is your first time watching, I hope that these guys are putting on a bit of a spectacle for you.
So what else have I got here? Bidwell Barton with 1 save that quarter.
Yep.
Watts with 5.
Watts with a good quarter.
And 1 that went in.
That I would like to give a save to, but you said no.
We're not allowed to because it went in. It's not a save. It's a goal.
Okay.
As the teams...
I can't give him a sympathy.
No, not even a sympathy. There is no participation medals in the Australian Lacrosse Network. It is all or nothing. And speaking of all or nothing, look at Christian Leray on the camera. He is just gets in deep to all of the... If we had a microphone in there, we'd know exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
You could almost lip read. The ball will start here in the stick of Jack Price. They are 2 men down, so a 4 zone here for WA.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
Big opportunity for South Australia to put another one away early.
So there's a 30-second and a minute that West Australia are seeking out. Bo Water has just been released.
So 5 on 6 now. So just a man up here, and that's going to run out pretty quickly too, because it was only a 30-second man up. So South Australia will want to do a little bit. Jack Price looks to drive in a man up. Been released here, 6 on 6. So no damage done there, apart from not having a face-off. Price up the top. Just turns here on Walton. Ball over to Jack Waller. Waller to Winnan. And it's a little dark here, Shendell.
Yeah, lights have just come on as well. So probably 2-3 minutes ago they put the lights on.
Interesting time of the day as it's just getting a little dark. Lynn rolls the right corner and just backward shot.
Yeah, that would have been specky if it hit net.
We like a bit of specky, don't we?
We do, a razzle-dazzle.
20 seconds on the shot clock here. So South Australia are going to have to attack the cage. Kai Williams, he's playing without his stick. That'll be a penalty. You cannot do that. And save from Bidwell Barton. And that could be an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, really? I thought you
can't. Box you can.
I'm a box player, so that's why I'm like,
called it illegal. But
like 1-6, illegal procedure, 30 seconds,
so
red ball.
Only an illegal procedure, but if it's deemed to be against the rules of the game, that could be given a 1-minute unsportsmanlike penalty. So, but again, box lacrosse, you can do that.
Yeah, we just play on. Kick the ball down the field, play a bit of soccer.
So another 30-second man up here. Can South Australia utilise this one?
Man
Looks
on the
to
crease.
move the ball. Oh, good inside, but picked off by Bidwell Barton. Bidwell Barton just goes the fake throw as everyone was looking down the field. Ball on the outer side, so they're man down here as Waller tries to dispossess.
Yeah, they're still, I thought they were going to try and push this, but WA going to hold it wide and wait for that penalty to be released, and it has been released now.
So Walker to Koswara. Rotates the back over there to Socko. And ball back up the top here to Gillespie. Subs come on as we see Rodriguez come on. And Jaden. Gillespie up against Lynn. Gillespie fires. Good save from Watts. Watts has just gone, you know what, that's a pass. Thanks, Jace. And another save for Watts. Oh, that's going to be a penalty, and that's got him high. So ball coming down the other way. Fires and out over the back line it goes. We're going to have another penalty here. Let's listen in to Shane Abbott.
Double clocks, my time, my time. Hang on, wait. Is that the same one? 66, yeah. Black 6-6, hold 30, red ball.
Okay, so you hear it first. Jed Martella getting done for the hold on Jack Price coming down there.
Yeah, Western Australia have spent a lot of time on penalty in this quarter.
But South Australia need to capitalise on that too. They have not, apart from that one from Jesse Winnan, haven't scored on these man-up opportunities.
Yeah, I think this is the third 30-second penalty on in this quarter for WA, plus the minute that Ashby Dennis was sitting.
And shot comes from Price and out of bounds, and Jesse Winnan goes to pick it up. Yeah, they need to capitalise on them. As I said, they're one goal from probably 4 or 5 power plays. So they need to really capitalise on these, because these are frees that the penalty's been released now, as Kai Williams just steps the ball out, up to Jack Waller. And 50 seconds left on the shot clock. And Jack Price takes Alan McGregor up the top. Or McGregor Alan.
I know.
I mean, it's affectionate. So ball.
Williams now looking for something inside.
He's got Williams. Williams over to Lynn. Lynn over to Waller. Waller steps inside. looks up. Waller looks to free the hands, and that one has just sailed past the front of the cage. Opportunities. Oh, that's been given to... oh, no, it is South Australia. I thought they'd pointed the other way then.
Yeah, and a quick start by South Australia there. Good move.
And Jacob Newman comes on for South Australia. He... and that just throws the ball out of bounds.
Unforced
Gives
error.
Kai Williams no chance whatsoever. And Luke Walton will pick the ball up down in the defensive end. He'll use Bidwell Button. And Bidwell Button, he's looking to beat this 20-second clock here. So
Yeah, not a lot happening in the offence for
Bidwell
WA. No
Button
one coming up forward.
got 8 seconds, looks down and just not even paying attention down there was for the defence. Just let Pat Palmer letting Koswara go on an easy clear. So ball back up the top here to Rodriguez. So opportunity here. Bowron finds Koswara. Koswara back to Bowen, back up here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez picked up by Newman. Newman steps past Newman, looks inside, ball there, and an outlet here. So ball coming down with Lynn. He's got numbers with him. One on his left, finds Newman now. Newman, he has Winnan and just nails the defender in front. Ball to be won on the deck. Ball flicked out there, good work.
Bowron now with the ball, trying to get upfield, bit of a swim move, trying to roll back inside. He knows he's got time to get 20 seconds to get that ball over. Gets it over to his teammate in Koswara. Koswara now looks like a player coming off the bench and decides to slow the play down, slow the offense down for Western Australia. The last couple of offensive sets, you can see how wide the West Australian guys are playing. They're really outside of the women's 15-metre fan.
They're trying to stretch. They're doing what Victoria did to them last night. They try to stretch that as Bowron gets the ball. Really impressed with Tegan Hirsch back here in the defence. Just flicked the ball out to his, as the timeout comes here, so we get to talk about that. Tegan Hirsch, ball was dead on the ground, and there was a ground ball that was happening.
Yep.
Had the smarts to just take the ball and flick it out to his advantage where he got to run on, and then they were able to give it back to Bidwell Button and subsequently get the ball up. It's those little things in the men's game where rather than try and fight for that ball, kick it to your space, and the women are now allowed to do it. So
it's so good.
If you can, watching that and bringing that into the women's game, you kick it to your advantage, and then you actually can get out on the ball rather than having to deal with the muck.
I think that's where the girls that have played box have the advantage, that they're used to the pre-checking and now that's not a thing, and they're also used to kicking the ball to advantage and using the body, like letting the ball roll off the body to advantage.
So full time on the outer side sees the Australian under-20s getting up 11-8 over Victoria.
Fantastic.
Victoria already into the championship final.
Yeah, well, great. It's a great result for the under-20s. I think, they've had this week to build some momentum and get some match practice in and starting to capitalise on that match practice. And Victoria's got a loaded squad too. So good to see our under-20 men getting the job done there and getting some great preparation for Jeju in August.
I did hear that the Victorian men might have been resting a couple as well, but you can only beat who you have on the park, and what they've done today is beaten the Victorians. So 9-12 left in this contest in the second term. No score yet. It is still South Australia 3-2. Bowron has the ball up the top, up against Henry Haskett. Looks inside. That's just pumping the crease as K-Man looks up, pushes it forward there to King. King needs to keep it in.
Great way to knock it forward. Tried to get it winning.
Can't pick it up. Ball comes the other way. Oh, just runs into the player there. Ball goes out of bounds and picked up there by White. White over there to Hirsch. Hirsch looks to get a ball into offense. Comes out to Koswara now and down to Walker. Walker has Harris just stalking him. And ball back up the top here.
WA getting their offensive set on. Again, playing this set really wide.
Gillespie looks to start the action. Has Ryan Hockey against King. Watts, good save there from Watts.
Watts has been
and
huge in that goal.
He's had another big save down there. So ball comes out to King. And we said it may come down to the difference in the keepers today.
Good chase down there from Koswara too on King.
So Watts currently with 7 saves in the cage. And Mullins has the ball, looks to get some pressure, and Arlen Lim just using all of his body to keep control of that. And now to James Mullins.
So Mullins got the match up on the short stick.
Walsh just runs past the attacker there. He is down in the defensive end. And ball comes up top side. Looks over. Oh, great look there, Haskett!
Stings the back of the net.
Has absolutely tried to shoot that at about 400 kilometres an hour.
A metre out from the goal. He was literally planted on the crease. We'll watch it on the replay.
What a great outlet here, though, from Arlen Lim. Watch this. Arlen Lim had him in his sights from about there.
Yep.
And just looked, and found him out there and couldn't get to him, Ashby Farrell. And, great shot, and Noah Haskett.
Cross crease, so absolutely moved the goalie. Had to reset his vision and wasn't able to see that one.
So, 4-2. The way of South Australia, and Stocky gets one out of the middle. Looks back and just decides to Josh Harris. He's a good ball handler. He doesn't mind getting in on the cage either, Josh Harris, but decides that his job is done. Get back in the defensive end. And the ball comes up here to Justin Steele. Justin Steele. Over here to Jacob Newman. Jacob Newman at pace. Looks to get down, does get down, and fires that one just to the left-hand pipe. You can't give players that much
space
nor speed. They've just let him go. Ball back up the top with Brooks. Brooks over to Kai Williams. Williams down to Haskett and Noah Haskett. Ball back over to Jacob Newman. He stung one from here yesterday. He stung another one today, and he's put a sting in the black and the gold right now because it's 5-2.
Absolutely on cue there, Tony. You said what he'd done yesterday and he just backed it up again. So we'll watch this one back. Jacob Newman looks to do a bit of a stutter step from outside and then a bit of a sidearm shot into the top corner.
Well, I saw the one yesterday. He had Jesse Winnan on the crease, and I thought he was going to just check it and pass it to him.
Yep.
And he rolled around the top, got his arms free and stung it. That was almost an instant replay of that yesterday. It's 5-2, and there's a quick whistle here. Watts, and one against the grain. And they were just talking about the fact that there was no quick whistle before, and there was a quick whistle allowed then. So just asking about the consistency in the middle, because the last time they had to come back into the middle, but there's a goal here from Soldy, and he's just asking, that should have been a penalty. Well, he didn't try to, good shot there from Solder.
Just from the centre, grabs his own crown ball, runs straight through the middle.
So Salter with one there against Stock. Solder and Stock again. This is a good contest in the middle. Stocky just rips it out. Oh, just leaving him in his wake. You cannot let this man free his hands as Bowater just checks it up, kicks it to Richards. We see what Richards can do in a if he gets a chance on cage. The first time I saw him shoot was in the 500 tournament in Adelaide when he was playing for East Freo, and he came down and let one rip, and I didn't see it come out his stick, Richards.
He's so quick. Absolutely so quick.
So, ball here with Koswara. So, WA answering that SA last goal fairly quickly. Ball back up the top. The 218s go against each other. Haskett up against Rodriguez. King up against Hockey. I don't know what's happening there. Gillespie, but I know what's happening with Ryan Hockey. He's popping goals away, and we've got a game on our hands again.
Gillespie just fell over. I don't know. I was too busy watching Gillespie to watch that goal because I don't know if you got that on camera.
Grass monster.
But he
right
just
there.
literally, you can see it here on the replay. He's just standing outside here at the top of the restraining line, and then there he goes.
The grass monster. Did you not see the hand there at the top of the screen? You shouldn't be because you were watching the replay there. But yeah, just grabbed him, didn't he? I said there was a grass monster out there in that area.
Just literally fell.
So ball down again, and Salter, well, I think he's tripped over his own feet there, but given the advantage that maybe he did get touched. So WA now with some impetus. And Bowater, I'll tell you what it's done, Shendell, is it's heated up this game.
Absolutely.
And Bowater kicks the ball up. There to Gillespie. Ball down, just overplaying.
Hockey looking
there.
to go.
Hockey looks up the top. Bowler, good save. Again, ball knocked through, and that's just been knocked out of bounds there by Pat Palmer. Going to have to rotate. Ball back up the top. Looks to fire. Gillespie up and over the top, and no damage done there.
Gillespie seems to be sending a lot of balls wide or high. I think he needs to change his level of his shot if he wants to start hitting some net.
So looks to Walker, fires, good, just gone wide there. I don't think there was a touch on that one.
West Australia taking a lot of shots in this set. There's 39 seconds still on their play, on their shot clock. Sorry, 34 seconds.
So Walker comes around the corner looking to turn. He's looking to do what Newman did then, but ball comes back up the top to Gillespie. Gillespie just pushes off James Mullins. Ball down the back corner, gets tied up, good on the ball, looks up to Koswara. Koswara tosses it up and over. He's just going to try and let that get back. That's over and back. And ball there on Kai Williams. Williams looks down, releases to Haskett. Great work there from Kai Williams. That was tough in the contest there from Williams.
Yeah, 4 guys going for that ground ball. 2 long poles and then 2 SA.
Was working in a postage stamp there was Kai Williams, and substitutes starting to happen here as Walsh comes on to the offense, and ball down the back, looks to come around. Lynn fires up and over the top, and just backed up there by Haskett. And Haskett again, he looks to want to go again. Ryan Hockey down in the defensive end. So ball here, and Price just maybe he's just shooting some flares out as siders, because that was high, wide and handsome from Price. Ball here from Lynn again. Looks to come around and up the top shelf and backed up again. So that's twice. Lynn's come around the bottom left and right corner. We've got 2 minutes 21. South Australia 5-4 up. Ball comes back to Price. Price comes down left. Kicks it to Winnan. Winnan, good pick there from Price. Winnan fires, and that's out the back. They are just sending shots for the sake of sending shots at the moment from the top. And here comes Lynn again. Gets in, looks down, fires over. Williams up and over.
That ball has hit the road. That is long gone.
That is long gone. And that is backed up there by WA. But I tell you what, Shendell, we were talking about having to go and get the ball.
Yeah.
That is one that you don't want to have to go and get, because that's in the bowling club out the back.
Yeah, that's long gone. That shot had some pep behind it.
So Bidwell Barton with the ball, looking to bring the ball up. And 14 seconds as over releases there, and does find the man. A timeout here. I was about to say a timeout is about to be called here from WA with 1 minute 35 in the second term. Currently down 5-4, and they will draw up a play here to try and even it up at half time.
Yeah, I'd say they're going to want to eat some of this time. They've got 66 seconds on their offensive set in the shot clock.
And 1 minute 36. So there'll be a 16-second differential, give or take. Or maybe more than that. 26. I mean, mathematics, is it really a strong suit? No, we just call numbers, Shendell.
Exactly.
So, but an opportunity
I didn't want to
here.
correct you, too.
No, I'm happy to be corrected, you know. I'm not Rain Man. Although we didn't say that word. We didn't say that word.
We didn't say
We
that
didn't
word.
say that word. So as the officials get a drink on board as well. So can South Australia hold WA out, or are we going to go in at 5-all at half-time? Or is there going to be a save and come down and it might be a 6-4 game?
Yeah. You can see Glenn Morley definitely talking up a strategy there with the offense from WA. So I think there's definitely a strategy in place here. It's when is the shot going? When is that going to be released?
There should be a strategy in place. It should be a heater behind us, Shendell. It's just cooled down
We can't
again.
have one in the tent like this.
I'm sure we can. As Rodriguez passes the ball forward there to Koswara. Koswara down to Walker. Back to Koswara. And Rodriguez to Bowron. Bowron up against James Mullins. Pushes the ball down backwards. Looks to set up a play. Looks like they're going to try and drive on this short stick down the bottom corner. As does try to get around. Rolls inside and Watts! Tink, tink, tink off the bar.
And that has gone out of bounds.
And that's an SA ball.
Oh, I thought that was a reset.
No, SA first on. So
an 80-second reset now.
So South Australia with an opportunity here. Picked up by Henry Haskett. Just looking to clear. Needs to get the ball up and over. Got 10 seconds. Gets a cross check and there's a timeout going to be called by South Australia. So 42 seconds left in the quarter. 62 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot clock won't matter. The only thing that will is the 42 seconds heading into half time. WA turning that ball over with no backup.
Yeah, that's
sacrilegious, I call it. Especially after
they'd called a
timeout had been called. I mean, you lose them anyway if you don't call them at half time. And it was the right timeout from WA. We're not saying that.
Yeah, they just weren't able to execute
the right
that
time. But you want to get the backup here. Now, South Australia, well, that was option number 3, I said. It was either going to be 5-5 or we were going to potentially be 6-4. Is that what we're going to look at? Or are we going to hold here at 5-4 at half time?
Don't know. Let's see what these SA... I mean, the SA attack is working quite well. Lots of different shooters.
I'd like to know how... I haven't got shot stats on me at the moment, Shendell, but I'm sure South Australia would be well up on the shots. Not necessarily, I won't say great shots, but they're certainly up on the shots.
They're definitely throwing them.
So ball starting up the top here with Jacob Newman. And this is where Jesse Winnan.
I know, I was just thinking, where is Jesse Winnan?
Yeah, we're both looking for him.
And he looks casual.
I'm not doing anything in here.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Williams kicks the ball up to Waller.
And still in that same nothing to see here.
Nothing to see, but I know where Ashby Dennis says, well, there it is.
And he
so Jesse Winnan has the ball up against there. Dennis. Ball with Waller.
20 seconds on the game clock.
So as Williams tries to take Ashby Farrell down to the back. Little step up there. Looks to come back around. Not there. Now rolls up. Looks up. Arlen Lim sucks out. Little Ashby Farrell needs to get a shot on. Gets inside. Fires, and that one's across the face. And that will end the half. It is a cracking contest here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. We've got a 5-4 ball game. And that quarter, 2 goals all.
Yeah, Hockey and Salter for WA, and then Noah Haskett and Newman for South Australia. So it's a close one, and this is the game we wanted.
This is the game we were looking for.
And there is a lot to play for here. Whoever wins this game goes through to the championship game. So everyone's going to be putting it on the line today.
You know what we do? We go, all the chocolates are in.
Yeah.
And which one is going to walk home with the case of maybe the Cadbury's?
Is that the favourite?
Oh, they're our favourites.
Get it.
Hey,
good joke.
You like that?
Dad joke,
That's
Tony.
That's a dad joke right there. It is half-time here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. We might go and have a quick break, and we'll hear a word from our broadcast partner in the Susafanos Foundation.
Really looking forward to today's session. Let's make sure we're focused, bring you intensity and lots of communication. Vital today. So let's have a great session. Short and sharp. Here we go. Okay, girls, just going to do the monkey in the middle. 1 at each end, 2 in the middle. Catch, take, quick release. Other way. side is the part that I love. Leadership, player well-being. What do we need? How do we get it? Areas that we think we can add to. Okay, Aussies on 3. 1, 2, 3, Aussies!
And back we come here to second half action. And it is just cooling down slightly here, Shendell.
Yes, and I believe rain is coming at 5.
I didn't know the invitations went out for rain.
No, I didn't actually send one either.
I can't believe they're just going to gate crash our party.
I know, so let's get this second half done.
And but it has cooled down a fair bit here. South Australia will start with a slender lead in this contest. Ball to be won. Soldy picks the ball up. And Solder looks for an outlet and finds the outlet there to Hockey. Hockey beats King, looks inside and puts one away early. And Ryan Hockey just left Lewis King in his wake there. Watch this on the replay. Ball comes out, gets the ball, and then decides to take Lewis King on, left him in his wake, and ends up going one-on-one with the keeper. And that's the way that WA would have wanted to start this contest.
Yeah, nice opening there from Socko off the face-off.
So Hockey gets his second goal, first of the third term. We've got a 5-all ball game. Ball out, Stock, great pickup, and knocked over there to Harris. Harris just looks to come down. He didn't even want to look towards the cage there.
Harris has been very good.
He has been very good. Very dark here. I'm going to say it again. It has really darkened up here. So, ball with a quick goal there to WA at the start of the third term. As we see Justin Steele get the ball up the top here for South Australia. Kicks the ball over there to Williams. Williams rotates the ball down the back. Here comes Lynn, comes around the bottom corner, looks up, looks to the fake, throws it in the other side, just knocked down there from Bidwell Barton. And ball outlet comes up the top to, oh, here we go, Richards. Someone needs to shut that space down, fires and goes out. The back up there had by Walker.
Tommy Richards loves a goal.
I didn't see that shot at all. I don't know what chance the keeper had. If it was online, he'd be a better set of eyes than me. Ball to Koswara. And over to Rodriguez. Oh no, so that's Bowater. They look so similar, these numbers.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Koswara. Hockey looking to go about his work. Oh, just throws it up and over. That's going to be an over and back. And South Australia, that is one that we'll have to bring it up over the halfway line. And Haskett picks the ball up. Has Jacob Newman. And gives the ball to him there now. Newman. Down to Lynn. Lynn's been very good in this contest. Again, yesterday he really did bring others into the play. I had him for my MVP yesterday. But he has been able to get in and on the cage today too.
Yeah,
knockdown there. Great knockdown. As the ball comes down the other way. The long sticks are doing it for as Hirsch picks it up, looks inside, save from Watts. Another big save, but picked up there. Ball back up the top and kicks out. So Watts, that's his 10th save of the game so far.
Yeah, Mac Allen and Hirsch went down from the defensive end straight into the offense and decided to have a little bit of a 1-2 game. And Walker now with the ball looks for a question mark.
And that put an exclamation point at the bottom of that question mark. Did Walker. And a goal. Great shot there from Lockie Walker. And he puts WA in front. Good shot there from Walker as we see that on the replay. So, in the blink of an eye, we've gone from SA up by 1 just before half, and they're down by 1 early in the third.
Yeah, the momentum is swung in the start of this second quarter. Ball on the ground.
That could be withholding there. And they're asking that question because he's just lying on the ball. Ball gets picked up and no possession
was called. WA got lucky there.
So they're all going to have to come back.
Bowater with the ball now.
And Bowater just takes it over the halfway line.
Barron across to Gillespie.
and Coswara. Back to Gillespie to Bowron. Bowron looks up, sees his short stick matchup. So does Gillespie. Gillespie on Waller. Jack Waller, good slide there. Puts it down to Walker. Walker rotates the other side. Ball comes up and over and shot. And that one's gone in as well as Coswara. He's got one in the first. And now he's got one in the third. And WA out to a 2-goal lead in the blink of an eye, Shendell.
Yeah, obviously they had a good conversation about what their offense is going to look like at the half, and they've come out firing.
So South Australia coming back, and it's all happening in the face-off at the moment. Salter has been doing a good job against Jackson Stock, and Salter
there he is again.
Puts the ball up, and here he goes again. He's already had one shot. Richards, he looks to go again. Good trail check there from Harris. Ball to be won. Oh, pops it up. Gets one off the ground. And Cody Watts is just saying, get in here, boys. Look at him. He's animated there in the cage. So good check there. Great ground ball.
Yeah, so trail check. Richards gets it off the draw. Gets a strip check from behind. Ball goes to ground. No one could pick it up. Richards picks up his own crumbs with the long pole and pops it past Watts. And you know what? Watts has it's okay for him to be mad right now, being scored on by a long pole inside like that.
So Richards with the last goal, out to a 3-goal lead now, WA. And good check there from Jack Waller. And taking it out the stick there of Luca Dillon. That was a really good check from the shorty. And Jack Waller now has possession of that ball. So South Australia, in the blink of an eye, they're down 8-5 after being up 5-4 at the half. 4 goals to nothing in the first 4.5 minutes. Kai Williams.
South Australia just wanting some possession now. It's been all WA in the first few minutes of this quarter, and now they're just trying to set up their offense.
Price picked up by Richards. Little rotation in and just throws that one over the head.
Interesting, Winnan's being played by Dennis, and he's taken him quite high. So Dennis is there still available for the slide, but Winnan's outside. Not in a spot that Winnan normally shoots from. He's always on this side of the field that we're on.
Jack Waller looks to get in. Rolls back up and around. Waller steps up and fires. And Jack Waller
takes Jesse Winnan's spot on the field.
And just absolutely screamed there was Bedwell Barton. He wouldn't have known that shot was almost coming.
Yep.
You look here on the camera angle, see Jack Waller come up, step around. He gets around, and all of a sudden there's players in front of him.
Yeah.
Would not have seen that shot coming.
Farrell was definitely in the way there.
Jack Waller
just playing defence.
Gets the first one for South Australia.
We've opened this third quarter with a handful of goals.
Well, it's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 5 goals, isn't it, in the third quarter?
That is 5 goals already in the third quarter, and we're just at the 10-minute mark. And an illegal procedure there on... and he's asking for the penalty there as Rodriguez puts that one away. And there's the 5th goal of the quarter.
6th goal, Tony.
And Jackson Stock is animated towards the official there.
Sorry, 5th goal for WA, 6th for the quarter.
Rodriguez.
There was a quick start there off the whistle, and Western Australia certainly capitalised on it.
So 5 goals to 1 in this term. And you saw the animation after that goal from Jackson Stock towards the official. Really upset with whatever was going on there.
Still plenty of time in this game. It just seems to be raining goals right now.
So ball back in the centre. Got a 9-6 game. So still 3 goals. Ball to be won. Good work there from Solder. He's just eating up this centre draw at the moment and looks for the outlet. And ball back over. Good cut there from the pole in Alex Riordan-Ager. So it's all WA in this third term. They call it the Premiership quarter, Shendell.
They certainly do, Tone.
And WA with 5 goals in the first 5 minutes or 6 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, that's fast stuff. That's a goal a minute if we've had 6 goals so far.
So ball back up the top here. Ball with Rodriguez, looking to go right. That might be a hold, and the flag looked like it was about to come out, but no flag.
No penalty.
Ball is tipped off there. Just need to pick the ball up there, as Kesavan was more inclined to go for the body than the ball, and his opponent there, and Lockie Walker, said, well, if you don't want to pick it up, I will.
Bowater with the ball now. Got a short stick match up.
Just tried to get space as Socko dropped the ball, but able to pick it back up. King again just gets past. Good save there from Watts.
Flags are
and
flying.
A push coming here for the long stick.
Bowater subbing now to get the man up set on.
And that'll be on King. Push, 30 seconds.
No, he's in the crease because of the push. Red, 5-5, push, 30.
So they're just
Black.
questioning that, because when he shot the ball, he was in the crease. They're saying exactly right. The continuation of that foul pushed him into the crease. But Watts with another good save there.
And ball starts moving again around West Australia's offence. Bowron, Koswara at the top.
And sometimes you see that if there's a penalty on the play, there might have been a hold call and then he goes in the crease, you'll see a simultaneous penalty. But that one was just a continuation of the original penalty. So, but it's only 30 seconds, Chendel. It's not a lifetime. And ball comes back up the top to Bowron. They look to rotate. Down on the bottom corner. Fires and pops it up and top shelf there. And I asked that question, Chendel, with this light, how hard is it to see the ball out there?
And it's a white ball, isn't it? So it would be really hard there for Cody Watts. But Jen Martella stinging that shot from the left side.
So Martella with the 6th goal of the 3rd term. They have just blown this game apart, WA. 10 goals to 6 at the moment. And ball into the middle. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take Aaron Salter for my MVP right now.
Yeah, he's having an absolute blinder in the face-off there. Koswara now bringing the ball down the side. He's got Bowater at the top, and then the rest of the offensive set is now coming on for WA. Mitch White here on the field, young gun for WA.
As the ball is back up the top with Gillespie. Gillespie over to White. White about to get pressure there from Henry Haskett and Josh Harris. This has been an interesting contest between Gillespie and Harris. And Lewis King has Martella. Martella will be on a high with that last goal. White looks to come down. That might be a Ward if he's not careful.
Yeah, he looks like he was trying to free his hands, but almost put the arm out for a Ward. Now Walker with the ball. Got Bowater cutting through the top of the crease.
Oh, just gets beaten by Kesavan. Ball goes through out the back and picked up by Watts in the goal crease. Looks up, finds Henry Haskett, and Haskett will bring the ball down into offense. South Australia, not panic time yet. Still only 4 goals. Good cut there from Ollie Walsh. And ball back. But they're, Jack, it's funny, Jack Price, we've called him a couple of times today. He's a bit of he can be a match winner. This guy has been a match winner. He just gets a hold, but no call. And ball coming back the other way through Walton. Walton looks up. Good take there. And opportunity here for WA through their defence. And Hirsch looks for an outlet. Finds that outlet now. And a timeout here.
Offside.
Offside call. Okay, so I was looking at what they were yelling at, and it was the offside call. So South Australia dodge one there.
Ball with Winnan. Winnan being met by Dennis. Wants to go top side. Driving to the far side. He's, like I said, doesn't really shoot from there, so if he does, send it.
Well, Winnan just might be a hold there. That will be a hold. And he will find himself in the box for 30 seconds. So now an opportunity for South Australia with a man up. As we kick into red time. No, 5.5 to go here. It's just a red clock.
It's just a red clock.
It's hard to see that red clock.
Yeah.
So ball will start for South Australia with this power play. 30-second hold call. Price looks up, looks to move the ball. Ball to Arlen Lynn. There to Kai Williams, little outlet. So over-rotating, looks to the other side. Looks to fire there, and does, and Jack Price, he's above the 15-metre mark there, and a man up just trying to
Pump
shoot
it, yeah.
bombs.
Got to be smarter in a man up, and they've got a man on the crease now.
Penalty has been released now, so Price will make his way up. As I said, he can be a match winner, Jack Price, but at the moment, not giving much. And good save there, Bidwell Barton.
All crumbs on the floor from Haskett.
Haskett couldn't pick it up, though. That's going to be a push, and flag on the play is called up the top, and that will be a loose ball push, and a 30-second penalty here. And we'll see who that goes on. That might be on Jack Price. Okay, so just frustration, I think, there.
Yep, so Mac Allen gets that penalty, leaves Bowater to take the ball from the midline and heads to the bench to get the WA's offence on with the man up.
So trying to, I thought they were going to try and throw a hidden ball trick there, but Bowron will have the ball. So WA, as it is really dark here.
Yeah, it is. It's getting darker by the minute.
And that was a good save down there, though, from Bidwell Barton. That's only his third save of the day, Bidwell Barton, which will tell you, because South Australia have had a lot of shots, but they haven't been on the cage. So Rodriguez up to Bowron. Good ball movement here. They're looking down here again. Martella, well, he was one last time, and he's there again. Martella, good save from Watts again. Straight away with the big outlet, looks inside. Finds Henry Haskett. Haskett gets a flag there for a slash. Martella is going to be in the box for a minute.
And penalty has just been released as well for South Australia.
So ball comes in, looks up. They have a penalty on the play. Flag on the play. Looks down. Whitten fires that one wide of the cage. And a 1-minute penalty coming here for WA. Another save. What's up to 12 saves now?
He's seen a lot of action this quarter.
He has seen a lot of action this quarter. So ball with an opportunity. So this is, they just haven't been able to capitalise on these man-up plays. They've had a lot of them today, South Australia.
Yeah, I even feel like the field is darker down this end when there's no actual lights at the back of play. And
good look, and save from Bidwell Barton as Waller picks the ball up and gets crushed, and that's going to be a penalty there, as that is going to be on the keeper, I think. Is it? As he picks himself up there. Was that on Ashby Dennis?
On Ashby Dennis.
Illegal body. We'll listen to Shane Abbott here.
Black 3, illegal body check, 1, red.
So a 4-zone here for South Australia. They are 4 goals down. They really need a score here. Great save there from Bidwell Barton. That's his 4th of the day. But they really need to work their man up here. And then they probably need to use a timeout if they've got 2 penalties in the play. Winning, that is not, you're 6-4 up and you're throwing bombs from about 13 metres. That is not what you would be asking for as a coach for your man up.
yeah, they need to get a player on the crease, and that someone's just moved in there now.
Tink, tink, tink off the bar. Ball picked up. Williams looks down the bottom corner. Haskett fires, and another miss for South Australia. It could come back to cost them, as we have 1 man release, so still man up.
So Mac Allen coming in as the shorty.
And Winning again, just throw nice take there, and another one over the top. Good save there, Bidwell Barton.
Yeah, they've got to change. They've got to. This shot from here isn't working right now, so they need to find a new option, and
that's
wide
okay
as
well. The shots are coming from 15 metres.
Yep, and that's the end of the.
And we've got
all the penalties have been released.
We've got time off here, but penalties have been released. And South Australia, when they look back on this, if they do go down, they will rue these man-up opportunities. So ball back up the top with Price. Price looks to take on Thomas.
2.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Price looks back over to Winnan. Rolls round up the top. Good defence there from Walton. Walton just gets a check now. Under pressure, though, all the time in the defence. Arlen Lim, he's been one of...
Yeah, he's been fancy, and I thought he was going to shoot that one.
So Price has Richards and looks to roll around. Thomas Richards. Price looks around and a one-arm shot. Has just...
it's a Lyle Thompson move.
Well...
You can hear the South Australian supporters really starting to get around their boys.
And ball lost on the deck, so ball to be won. WA.
Playing hockey with it at the moment.
Well, they look up and Winnan dispossesses the ball. So South Australia just need to get some a little bit of settle here and actually run the processes they were running in the first quarter. So ball in the stick. Justin Steele.
Great defence from Bowater.
Oh, little
BTB.
BTB. Oh, Kai Williams with something fancy.
That was going to be some magic if that converted.
Good save, and that could be a ward. And just goes high and long. Ball coming up. And I'll say that ball was really hard to see because those two players, and again, Hockey steps in, looks up, fires, and it comes back the other way. And a shot there from Walker. I will say, Shendell, that the light out here is not great. Those two players, both King and Hockey, they had no idea where that was.
Look, honestly, I couldn't see when it was released where it had gone, and I was then watching these two to see where the ball came down from. And we're sitting literally right in front of the play.
But I tell you, Walker, he knew where it was coming from.
Yeah, and so Hockey, really good vision to see Walker across the field there to shoot from the right side.
So 11-6. As Jackson Stock gets the ball stuck in his stick, he's unlucky not to have that taken away from him. Still can't pick it up. And you only get one opportunity to flick it out. That looked like it got stuck.
Yeah, it did.
So he's probably lucky to get away with one there as the rain comes down and Winnan loses the ball. Under pressure off Black, and that'll go red. So Doug Brooks picks the ball up.
Quick start.
Looks the other side. Haskett pops one wide. And that has been the story of South Australia's day. No reset, so that's a save to Bidwell Barton. So Bidwell Barton must have got some stick on that. Sorry, Jake. I thought that one went wide.
Yep, and not many seconds left in the quarter.
And that's why Winnan is shooting. But it will come back to haunt them, these shots that they've had.
Yeah, they need to work on their inside game. That would, from what I'm seeing, I would be looking to really work the inside game and actually start hitting some cutters, which there's one there.
Yeah, that was just had to pass that ball
Definitely, definitely.
And it was all WA that quarter. 7 goals to 1 quarter. They were down 1 goal at the half. And just showed the ease in offensive scoring down there, WA. And the scorers for that quarter, well, Hockey got 1, Walker got 2, Martella got 1, Rodriguez got 1, and Richards got 1. So, and Koswara, he got 1.
Yeah.
Just it's a lot. And down the other end, Jack Waller, and that was a good shot from Jack Waller as well. But yeah, they are going to have a chat. It's 5 goals down, 3-quarter time. And it's a 6-goal turnaround.
Yeah, look, I didn't see that happening, and whatever the coaching staff of WA said to their team at the half certainly fired them up.
I'd be asking what they put in their drink. I want some of it myself, Shendell.
Yeah, they certainly came out firing, and you know, I love a pole goal. That one from Tommy Richards, I think, will be my specky for the day. Although that BTB pass that we just saw at the end of that last quarter over to Kai Williams, who tried to do
through the leg.
Yeah, through the leg. That would have been elite if he'd pulled that off. That's highlight reel stuff.
Been on the ALN highlight reel.
Absolutely.
But Tommy Richards, and it was a great trail check from Josh Harris on Richards. But as the ground ball went to be picked up, it actually knocked back in the path of Richards. He picks it up and just pops it in. So, you know, Well, we've seen it before. Teams can get on runs.
Yep.
And South Australia need to get back to what they were doing in the first half, because the third quarter they went right away from it.
Yep. They need to compete now. They need to bring it all now. They're playing for a championship.
So up at 2-16s. I love the symmetry here. Harris up against Bowater.
The rain starts to trickle down here on the players.
It does. And I know we've been doing night games here, Shendell, and I know I keep going on about it, but it's only 4:30 in the afternoon.
It's so dark. Just looking at the weather.
And Gozzy even got down off the scaffold. He had his camera up there. He says never again. Ball here with Stock, and that will be a push there, a hold, and that'll go and be a red ball. So South Australia with the first opportunity.
So it's 13 degrees down here, feels like 6, so hard conditions for a player on the field. Williams with the ball now.
And comes down to Haskett. Haskett to Williams. Williams back up the top. Finds Newman. Newman. As running the back corner here is Arlen Lim. Lim kicks the ball back to Haskett. He picks up Ashby Farrell. Pick comes in. Rolls around. Haskett looks to get inside. Does get inside. Well, maybe there is a heartbeat in the South Australian side.
Yeah, that pick and that use of the pick there certainly opened up space for the shooter to get inside and just put it in that top corner, non-stick side high.
So Noah Haskett, well, he started the scoring in the first and the second, and he starts the scoring in the fourth.
Yeah, on the replay you can see he got underneath Farrell there and was able to get inside to slip into that lane.
And just like WA did, maybe this is the scoring end now.
Perhaps,
I don't know.
Perhaps.
But ball to be won out of the centre. The centre draw is a big, and Jackson Stock picks it out. Ball kicks forward, and good check there from Kai Williams. That's one on the leg, and should have been probably a slash, as that just whacked him straight across the knee. But let him play. Josh Harris. As the ball comes to Jack Waller. So a 4-goal differential here. South Australia. And maybe Cam Adams and Toby Raymond just asked them to go back to what they were doing in the first half. Price up the top.
Yeah, they seem to have a momentum shift now. And Kai Williams looking to drive.
A bit of razzle-dazzle there from Williams up the top. Ball over to Winnan, and Winnan just saying, we know our process is, this is where we need to be. Ball down the back to Waller. Going up against Hirsch. Comes inside. Good save from Bidwell Barton. Steps out. Doesn't want to bring it back in now. And just launches the ball up the field. Ball to be won. Comes back and fortuitously goes to Price. So these are sometimes where goals are scored when there's a little bit of unsettled transition.
Yeah, and WA, obviously Bidwell Barton sent that, but it just bounced off the players and rolled back into a South Australian stick there.
So ball
picked out of the air by Richards.
And Richards is a good stick holder. Price just tries to take it out, rolls it inside. Ball to be won. Contest here. Dennis, great work there from K-Man. So an opportunity here for Winnan. They don't have numbers, so Winnan will just hold it out and kick it down the back to Haskett as numbers now come on.
Yeah, you can see Ashby Dennis now getting that match up on Winnan.
So a couple of things working South Australia's way at the moment. Can they work it on the scoreboard? Justin Steele has the ball down to Noah Haskett. He's been very good today too, Noah Haskett.
Yeah, he has. He's been great all week.
And just gets a bit of a check there. Oh, inside. Look, that's a hold. And gives him another one to go on with there. As Noah Haskett just says, well, you held me, that's enough.
Yeah, Tegan Hirsch will
we'll
take a seat.
hear from Shane Abbott.
Black 5/1 red.
Okay, so he got him for the slash. Initial hold, but then got him one straight across the shoulder.
Okay, so South Australia really need to use this power play if they want to stay in the game.
They've scored 1 goal from a power play, and that was from Jesse Winnan in 2 touches, shooting from out and downtown. So opportunity here. Winnan on the bottom corner. Fires that one wide past the post and backed up there by Noah Haskett.
Yeah, and you can see the disappointment in Jesse Winnan's body language there after that shot.
Yep. again, just needs to open that angle a bit because Bidwell Barton was on that post. So Price back to Winnan. Winnan fires, and again, he's just shooting bombs out there. I'm not sure that is the man-up play that South Australia have drawn up. But maybe Jesse thinks it's dark enough out there that he can't see the ball, that maybe Bidwell Barton won't be able to. So the rotation happens. Oh, down on the bottom corner. That's better. Looks inside. Looks up. Price, one-handed. Just gives it up. Ball to be won. Is picked up.
Oh, wow.
Great work there in the crease. All clear. Noah Haskett. We've got a ball game. Back to 3 goals.
So just looking at that on the replay, Noah Haskett couldn't collect it. Tried to shoot it one hand. Bidwell Barton grabbed the ball. There was
So Jack Price
fumble.
shot that ball one-handed.
Yeah, and then Bidwell Barton collected it and then flicked
Fumbled
it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And Noah Haskett, well, he went, if you don't want it, Jay, how about I have it?
Yeah, and actually popped it past him.
And Noah Haskett, 2 for the first start of the 4th. Back to a 3-goal game. So face-off to be had here. Light starting to take a bit more of an effect as it gets darker. Ball on the deck. Good work there. And that might be a foul there as well.
I thought there was a penalty too.
No work. That's a, he's just wearing checks left, right and centre there. Henry Haskett.
Salter covered in mud.
So ball here out to Winnan. South Australia. Well, they've started to get back into this contest.
Yep.
Another goal now would be interesting as Jack Waller has the ball, looks to go hard. Jack Waller looks to roll out. No one rotates back out for him though. They've all just crushed to the crease. There was 3 guys on the crease there, and then one there on the helmet there. Fires and out the back, and that has gone out. And Kai Williams has that. I saw the net move there. I thought he had nailed that one. And we've got a whistle on the play here. And just looking, we'll listen up here. Can we hear?
So maybe the clock being...
No. We'll listen to Shane Abbott.
No reset, but do you remember what it was at? Okay, so...
Okay. So just talking about the clock reset there. So looking like they're going to reset that to 58 seconds. And as the clock kept running when the ball went out of bounds. And Kai Williams, well, he's going to wait down the back. And Kai Williams looks to come around right. Ball back up the top. Looks to Waller. Waller goes down on one knee. Where's the pressure? Looks back around. Finds Winnan. Winnan fires, and he's just nailed the guy in front of him. And goes out of bounds. And I'd like to see Jesse. We saw him against Victoria where he actually just weaved his way inside. Yes. And beat a lot and Winnan again. And that's nailed the referee, has it? And that shot is there. I don't know whether that actually nailed the referee then.
I thought it got Ashby Dennis.
Oh, ball, that's not a good pass.
And Tegan Hirsch to transition that ball. He's looking for help.
And needs help. And Hirsch, great hold with that ball. Ball comes on, ball back into the middle. And we see Gillespie here, and a timeout going to be called, is it? A timeout called to WA. Just checking on the amount of timeouts they have. Just needed to settle that ball.
Yeah, I think South Australia need to work harder on the inside game. They seem to just be shooting from that same spot and not actually sending the cutters through. Bidwell Barton's then just reading the play so well. He's obviously worked out where they're shooting. They're not changing their shots, and Bidwell Barton's eating them up. Well,
for me, the first 2 goals of the quarter for South Australia, and they've had all the play down their end, they've worked for a goal.
Yep.
Haskett's found his way in twice.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, we think we've got, I don't know, what have we got left on the clock now?
9 minutes.
9 minutes, and we're going to have to start dropping bombs with 3 goals down. If the work in working for a set structure is working, keep that happening. They're just like, there's been some shots today that I think they'd like to have back.
Yeah.
And if I was coaching South Australia, I mean, you know, you watch WA's third quarter, Every shot was worked for. There was a couple of lucky ones where they picked up a ground ball and got in.
Yeah, Tommy Richards.
But they're working for the goal.
Yeah, they're also pushing the fast break too. WA are getting that ball line transition and they're starting to move the ball quite quickly. South Australia aren't pushing the fast break as much. I think that the difference in that third quarter, though, was Salter winning the face-off.
So a 3-goal game here. WA in offence, probably for the first time this quarter, to be honest.
Yeah, they haven't seen much of the ball this quarter.
Haven't seen much of an offence. And Bowron kicks the ball down to Rodriguez. An 11-8 game. Looks to get inside. Rodriguez fires, and that's come off of Josh Harris's back. And saves that one from getting to the keeper.
Cody Watts will be happy about that.
Well, it's always good when
Thanks.
your defenders take a couple.
Thanks for eating it up for me. Soak it.
Haskett up against Bowron, tries to go swimming. I know it's raining, but I don't think there's that much water on the pitch. Bowron looks to go again.
Looking to bit of an east-west dodge here. He needs to start. See, he's just going back and forth, back and forth. He needs to chuck a different move in.
So ball up the top. Kozwara looks to get in and fires in, and Kozwara runs it in. And South Australia, you just look at the body language of the defence. All heads are down.
Yeah, they need to rally now. Like, this is the time that you've got to have someone who's going to be the hype man and just say, come on, guys, next one. You had one last year. What was his name?
The hype man?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think who was in the team last year.
What was his name? I think he was a defender. And you were saying we call him the hype man. He was a young guy.
Oh, no, that was young. No, that was young Sam Hussey.
Yes.
And he was a shorty, but he was the hype man. So WA get one out of the face-off here.
And yeah, that's the kind of player you need in a situation like this.
Sammy Hussey out for the season, did an AC joint in his shoulder. So not sure whether he had to have an operation on it, but he's one of my little under 15 Phantoms players from back in the day. So we'll give a shout out to Sam Hussey, the hype man.
Yeah, wish you were here.
So ball here with White as the rain just drips off the marquee in front of us. I'm glad we're in this nice little marquee here. Doesn't look as bad out there, but then again, it's quite overcast, so we can't really see how heavy that rain is. And tells him to go. Up against Haskett, just pushing in with that arm, but didn't extend it, so no award on that one.
Yeah, the offense here for WA definitely moving more. You can see the cutters coming.
Good interception there from King nearly. As ball sails wide from Gillespie. Sorry, Shenda.
That was from Hockey.
That's what I can't see, the numbers. The 6 and the 2 look very similar.
Just giving a shout out to my friend Wade Hammond.
Oh, Wado.
He's watching along from home. He lives far from the city, and he said everyone loves a pole goal.
Yeah, they do, Wado. Hope you're well, brother. He's a good man, is Wade. So ball on the outer side here with Walker. WA 12-8 up with 6:45 to go on the clock. South Australia need to dispossess WA and have another opportunity. Bowron just comes off the keeper and goes wide.
With 6:25 left in regulation time.
Sorry, that didn't come off the keeper. No reset there. I just got my head wet because I had to put out, step outside to see it. Good inside look, just try to force the pace. So here we go, South Australia.
Good ground ball there to
Henry Haskett.
Move the ball forward.
Well, both Hasketts have played a good game today.
They certainly
Noah
have.
and Henry, they're both brothers from the Glenelg Lacrosse Club. So, ball down here and just taken wide while the subs come on. So Jack Waller, Arlen Lim. Lynn goes at pace, looks on the bottom. That's a great pass there, and just not able to finish there was Henry Haskett.
But that's the kind of lacrosse they need to be playing, Tone. That cut and move and open up some space, come around the backside or whatever it's going to be, but you just can't keep sending shots from outside.
And see, Wynn picks up here a little, and Jack Price looks inside, and he's just throwing that ball away, Jack Price.
I think he was trying to hit Noah Haskett there on the crease.
Hasn't had his best game today. So ball here as...
Speaking of best game, I think Tegan Hirsch has been very good today.
He has, and looks to load up with us right behind him. And WA through McGregor Allen, or Alan McGregor.
Mac Allen, Big Mac.
As Walker has Mullins, and the double comes, and they're just trying to put some pressure here now. And on the bottom corner, Gillespie opens up. Walker looks to get inside.
Look at the roll there.
To Koswara. Good defence there from Palmer.
That was a lovely the pick and roll there from Koswara, which has now sent the ball to the other side of the field.
The ball goes wide there.
Gillespie's
and a reset,
sending,
so a save there for Watts.
Gillespie's been sending a lot of those shots from outside today, and they don't seem to be converting for him.
And just looking for a ball here. Yeah, he has. A bit like some of the South Australian shots.
The ball is at X with Walker.
So Walker.
In his left.
Looks to get past 1-2. Good save again from Watson. He's in the crease, so that'll be a red ball. So another save, and Walker's just struggling to get up here.
4 minutes
and
on the game clock.
Cody, and that's the sportsmanship we like. Cody just helping him up.
That is nice. Raised well.
Opportunity for King. King to Harris. Harris looks down, looks in, and finds Jesse Winnan. So still time on the clock, 3 minutes 40, 4 goals needed to tie this up and send it into golden goal. Winnan rolls round 1, back round 2. Arlen Lim looks inside, good work there. Just good save again from Bidwell Barton.
Yeah, I think he just got lucky. That one hit the pipe. And Mac Allen trying to clear that ball for WA. Gives it off to Bowater.
Was that a tink, tink, tink? I missed one.
I think it was a pipe.
I was going to give it to Jay.
No, it was a pipe. And now Bowater just trying to take some time, I think, out of this clock.
So 3 minutes 13 on the clock as the Seagulls flock in the background. And ball down the back, and the water just drizzles off the marquee in front of us. I'm glad our monitor isn't there. Scotty Gill, he read the weather and moved it before it all happened.
Hockey looking to drive the back corner, coming back on his left.
And ball.
Not a lot of angle there for Hockey, but picked up by Koswara.
Hockey all by himself as he just threw the stick away there.
Yeah, he was just sitting on the crease, wasn't he?
Well, he threw the stick away of his opponent, and then just the opponent had to go and get the stick, and he waited on the crease. So Koswara, need to push out on Koswara. Looks inside, just can't quite take that ball. Ball to be won, Bobo. Flicks the ball back up, and Bobo wears one there. That looks like he's got him on the knee. Gets up sore, and ball over the outer side. Looks inside, 1-2, and
Bowater's still not up.
Cannot let he's on the ankle there as Bowater is struggling a little here. Good shot there though from who was that? Was that
Koswara,
6? I thought it was 6. Gillespie. It was Gillespie. So Gillespie steps down, gets to the 11-metre mark, and no defence in front of the keeper.
And that's where Gillespie should be shooting from, is that he had been taking those outside shots. He's got closer in towards the cage and found some space. As now,
so Bowater
been carried off.
Has really that. So we don't want to see that at all. I'm not sure whether he slipped or whether he got a check on that. Almost looked like the Achilles on this outer side. So he's been fantastic for WA in this tournament, has Daniel Bowater.
He's a 1% player. He does the things that the team needs. He'll put his head over the ball, run through a pack, grab a ground ball, but just goes end to end all day.
And with 2 minutes 15 on the clock, it looks like WA will make their way to versus Victoria. And ball comes out. Good work. I've been so impressed. I have been so impressed with Aaron Solder today. I have.
Yeah, he's been very good in the centre.
And he on that occasion, it goes the other way. Winnan wears a little bit of heat. And up against Richards, looks to roll backwards, looks to roll inside. Winnan pops up and just tries a shot. And out comes Bidwell Barton. Just take it out, Noah Haskett. And the ball is turned over as it's come off a red stick there. They're still arguing with the referee down there, but it doesn't matter. Just get up. The ball is there, out, and that's gone out of bounds. So if it was wrong now, you get it back and no damage done, is there?
Yep.
So ball here through Jacob Newman. Looks up, finds Henry Haskett as Newman crosses the centre line. Henry Haskett looks over, finds Jacob Newman
wow.
from downtown. And Jacob Newman gets one back.
So just watching that, just cruises the ball into the offense. Newman at the top, just out between the 11 and 15 on the women's fan, steps inside, steps down, and just thinks, I've got nothing to lose.
I've got nothing to lose.
I've got to send it.
And that's what South Australia, I mean, it's a 5-goal game. That's a minute and a half to go. She's done. And WA will head off to a final tomorrow. But ball is up. Harris. And a timeout. We're going to get a timeout here, are we? To South Australia. With a minute 20 on the clock. And maybe just drawing something up. 4 goals down, a minute 20. It would be an epic comeback if South Australia were to even this one up.
I would be here for it.
I mean, we're all about that. You won't hear a quiet word. You'll probably hear us from the MCG right now with a full field.
Yeah. Actually, there is a game on at the G tonight too, I believe.
Well, looking at the skyline in the background there of Melbourne.
Yeah, you can hardly see it.
I don't know that I'd want to be there.
Yeah, and we've just got the camera zooming in on it, and now that's what it truly looks like, and that's how it feels, Arctic.
Yeah. So great work up there from Christian Leray on the camera. South Australia.
Yeah, you've got to give a shout out to Christian Leray. He's been up there all day. He is the people's champion. Bringing you the game, standing in the rain.
And Scotty Gill too. I'm giving some love to Scotty. He got up there last night when it was just absolutely teeming down. As we have Price up against Richards. And there's a kind of hold there, no hold there.
Yeah, I thought that was high, that one.
And steps inside, a little twizzle there from Jack Price. And ball down the back with Jack Waller. He's been very good today too, Jack Waller. Goes to question mark, looks to get inside, looks to push McGregor. Allen fires. Oh, that's nailed Hirsch on the calf.
I was going to say that one hit Hirsch.
The loose ball push, South Australia. So 46 seconds on the clock and firing out from about 18 metres was Jesse Winnan. Picked up there from Arlen Lim. Two defenders fall over. Arlen Lim gets inside and puts one away for South Australia. A late goal. And South Australia back to a 3-goal game at 13-10, but only 35 seconds. You see the two defenders just fall over there. And a little shovel shot there from Arlen Lim. And Arlen Lim gets the 4th for South Australia. So South Australia have actually won this last quarter.
Yeah, okay.
4-2.
Well, is this the comeback you wanted, Tone? 35 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, this will be game of the century if they get back from here.
Ball to be won off the ground.
Especially with there. So about Harris, he's not given it up yet. Looks up, finds Stock. Going to have to go here. And that's a hold, but flag on the play. So that'll stop the clock. And a penalty coming here for a 30-second hold.
And 20 seconds left on the game clock.
So they're going to have to go shoot. If they have a timeout, they have to use it. We've seen crazier things, but 13-10 with 20 seconds to go. Gozzi's shaking his head going, nope, I don't think that will happen. But he's also, so they need to get some shots off on the bottom corner. Looks up the top, Lim looks back there. Price fires, a good save there from Bidwell Barton. Didn't see it, I don't think.
Dennis looking for a long outlet. There it is.
Ball to come through. Dennis, 3 seconds to go, 2 seconds. Harris, and that will end it up. WA good save in the end there from Bidwell Barton. He ends up with 9 saves for the day. And WA, well, they're going to go and play Victoria in a championship final tomorrow. SA, well, they will come up against Queensland tomorrow at this stage. I don't think the Australian under-20 loss to Victoria has any impact on the contest. And just getting almost the official word from our man, Mr. Peter Unwin, who's standing in front of us, the great man.
It's handy to have someone who knows what's what.
Someone who's entering all the scores and everything, he knows where it sits. So congratulations to WA. They get the win here with what was an epic third quarter. You've got to say, 7 goals to 1. And that is the premiership quarter. That is the one that matters. And that is what got them over the line, because South Australia outscored them 4-2 in the last quarter.
Yeah, that was an excellent third quarter from Western Australia, but then a good comeback from South Australia there. So, you know, WA have got a lot of work to do here now. They actually have got a player down as well. I'm not sure who that is.
So just something, there's actually an SA player down in the middle of the field here with James Mullins with him.
Classic Mullins, just always the people's champion helping.
No one else has come out here to assist him. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that. WA running out winners. Can't see who that is on the ground. So Jack Price is down on the ground here. So I didn't see what happened there. And Noah Haskett sitting with him now. The rest of the team.
No, over in a pack.
So not sure what is there. We'll keep an eye on Jack Price.
Yeah, WA with a big job ahead of them now. They've actually got to go home, recover, and get their bodies and their game plan ready for a 2:30 championship game tomorrow. So not a 24-hour turnaround between their games. Victoria finished playing probably at 3 p.m. local time.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a big ask for WA. This is really going to test the bodies.
So that was Pat Palmer over with Jack Price. He's still on his haunches out here. And South Australia just shaking hands at the moment. Might go through some goal scorers while you're aside a second, and then we need to get some MVPs. But goal scorers for SA, Noah Haskett led the way with 4 in what could be a MVP performance. I think Jack Waller was outstanding today for South Australia as well. He got 2. We had Jesse Winnan. He got 1. Jacob Newman with 2. And Arlen Lim getting 1 late in the game for WA. Well, Koswara, he ended up with 3. We had Rodriguez, who he was good today too, Jaden Rodriguez. He ended up with 2. Salter got 1. Hockey had 1, 2, and 2. Gillespie with 1. Walker with 1. Martella with 1. And Tommy Richards, I left him till last, with 1. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Walker with 2. But WA run out winners. MVPs, what are we doing?
Hey, I'm looking at the list now.
I've gone Salter, WA.
Okay, well, I'm going to take Waller then for South Australia.
Okay.
Although I actually think Haskett...
Oh, I'm going Noah Haskett. If you've already chosen him, go on.
You know what? Actually, I thought Henry Haskett or Harris as well.
Yep.
Very good for South Australia. But I'm going to stick with my original plan.
Waller.
And go with Waller.
I'm going Noah Haskett.
Okay.
WA.
Thanks a lot for the game.
I've got to make it quick.
You kept in the game and kept going hard at us.
Bidwell Button.
Came out victors. Good luck tomorrow night.
Go.
To my boys, good effort. We just couldn't pull the end there, but keep up the good work and we'll come back next year again. The MVP for WA tonight is Jay Bidwell Barton.
Yeah, oh, look at you go.
Last.
Sneaking it in last. Yeah, Jay was outstanding today too. When it mattered, he ended the game with 9 saves.
Yeah, I thought he was big at the end there.
SA, it's great to see the young blokes rolling through and keeping on developing. great games as always. You know, it's tough out there, and unfortunately there's one team going through tomorrow. But you guys are absolute warriors, something to be proud of this tournament you've had this year. Your best today was one of your captains, Josh Harris.
Okay, so you mentioned Joshy Harris. He was very good today. And again, probably into 3 or 4 players of South Australia that really stood up today.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
And he was certainly one of them. Yeah, we've got a full-time score of 13-10. Congratulations to WA, and can't wait to see the rematch between Victoria and WA. It blew out last night. I don't think it's going to do that tomorrow.
I think WA will come back more prepared tomorrow. They know what Victoria has got in the bag, and I think they'll be able to definitely step up.
And Victoria, well, will they be smarting after that loss to the under-20s today? Might have just hurt the pride,
the
ego a little bit, or did they just go, you know what, we're not too fussed about this, we're going to get through the game and just worry about the championship final on Championship Sunday. So our finals are set. We have WA, Victoria in the men, and in the women, Victoria, SA in the women.
Yeah, that's going to be a cracker as well if today was the preview.
And only a 1-goal game in the game this morning. But and we get the East Coast Cup coming back for the 3rd, 4th game. No, that'll be the 5th, 6th game.
Yeah, which
New Zealand, WA, is it?
Yeah, I think the women's third place playoff is WA versus New Zealand, and then the men's 3rd place playoff, which will be South Australia and Queensland, and then it's women's 5th place playoff, which is Queensland. It's the East Coast Cup. And the women's final, which you mentioned, is South Australia versus Victoria at 12:30 p.m. and then local time, and then 2:30 p.m. you'll see Western Australia take on the home state of Victoria here at the Footscray Lacrosse Club.
And it has been another huge day as it gets really dark here and at the Footscray Lacrosse Club. It's been absolutely fantastic to be able to bring you live free action on the Australian Lacrosse Network. We have to thank everyone involved because there has been some moments today where you don't want to be out in the weather. There's been some moments where you did. Christian Leray has been up on the camera. I think Sam Voisey might have been over the other side. No. Okay.
But they are definitely the People's Champions.
They are the People's Champions up on the camera. Not sure, Shendell, who I had on the other end, but thank you for being up on the camera at the other side. So Scotty Gill, Blake Billsborough, great job in the production. To yourself, Shendell Oliver.
Yes, Tony.
Great to have you in the commentary box.
Why, thank you.
And we are going to do this all again tomorrow.
Can't wait. It's going to be an absolute epic day of lacrosse.
It is. To our guys over in the tavern over in the US, well, they'll get to watch it all over again and maybe 2 nights in a row. And the Jewies will be pumping tomorrow night. But on behalf of myself, Tony Watts, and the Australian Lacrosse Network, we will see you tomorrow. Until the sticks are swinging, see you then.